Welcome to AI The Cool Stuff. We're sort of we're here most weeks, 10 o'clock till 11 UK time. If you're watching from somewhere in the world, you've obviously got lost. But seriously, yeah, today we talk about AI sort of related topics, and it's a bit of a chat and a bit of a demo as well.
Annoying.
We just
Yeah.
we'll just quickly introduce ourselves, and my question today is what. Now this might be a question. What cloud drives do you use? There was a quote, I can't remember now. It's a famous industrialist who said that when the tide goes out, you find out who's been swimming naked, and that might be true if you haven't got any backup systems in place. So, Steffi, what do you do?
Good morning, everyone. I use AI all day, every day. I'm an AI developer creating that, which is my magnum opus, and other stuff working on your PCM version 3, which is my CRM. Loads of cool stuff happening in that. And also I'm going to rewrite Splogit in the summer as well, and make it a done for you and take away service that you can just sign up to, and it'll just generate entire blog posts for you at a click of a button, which would be really cool. What's my cloud storage solution? Dropbox. I have it on my main PC, I have it on my laptop, and obviously in the cloud as well. So all my backups go there, and it's pretty robust and secure these days.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you very much. And Jane.
Hi there. I'm Jane Chakraborty. The company is Invicta Linux, and we provide small and medium-sized businesses to IT. That's around the other way, actually. We provide IT to small and medium-sized businesses. In case anybody was confused, I know exactly what I meant to say. So, AI, it's in all our lives, isn't it? I use it for just about everything, but there's some disruptions going on at the moment, isn't there? People predicting bubbles and so forth. They have been for a little while now. I don't know if it's getting any more real or not, but as for cloud, we use a private cloud called Nextcloud, which is really good. You can use it just as where you would any cloud solution, share it with others, colleagues, customers, but you've got the peace of mind of the security and the privacy as well. And the other one I'd recommend perhaps to users is Proton. It's based in Switzerland, where security and privacy are very robust. So yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Jane. And Shirley.
To look to find me then, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I am Shirley. I work in health and wellness, and before I go any further, I know nothing about cloud, AR, or anything else. I'm just here hoping to absorb some information by osmosis. So there you go.
Hey. And what happens if there was a loud bang and a wisp of curly smoke and your computer went dark?
I'd call my son and say, help.
Right. You wouldn't be able to magic your hard drive back into existence, though, would it?
He takes care of all of that stuff, so I don't think.
So you could be backing up somewhere, you're just not aware of it. It's a good place to be. Mike.
Yes, good morning all. I'm Mike. I'm a financial planner. I use AI most of the day and most days. I'm backed up on OneDrive, which has been with us for about 3 years now. Microsoft seems to be reasonably sturdy. The only thing is, of course, it's expensive, and they very generously notified me last couple of weeks ago that the price was going up by 25 quid for a year, which I thought was a bit steep. And what a surprise. They suddenly offered me an increase so I could go to the newer level. And it was cheaper than the price of upgrading the existing one for another year. So I'm now on the fancy service, which is give me extra access to the chatbot thing. And I'm obviously looking forward to a bill next year for near enough 200 quid. But anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I do the same with OneDrive. They upped it from $7.99 to $11.99 and gave you access. You got no choice if you pay. Yeah, they just did it anyway and say, well, you've now got access to our AI. Thank you very much. I've never used it. I could use it, but I don't. So it's there. Andy.
Hello to everyone and our new guest, Lily. I basically help people get more results on their websites, more sales, more inquiries, more conversions. And on the storage side of things, I'm in the Microsoft shop. I just everything gets backed up, Microsoft's. But if they all went, I don't know what I'd do.
I was actually thinking of getting a NAS box for home and putting Dropbox on it, just so I've got an extra layer of protection.
I would quite like to go to my customers, like all the others come to us and say, "Oh, I'd like an extra X pound a year for this, thank you, or per month." That'd be nice to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Andy. Lily, tell us.
I'm not technically Lily Letdown. I did say to Dave, if I didn't make this session today, I'd call myself Lily Letdown, but I did miss the first 5 minutes, and my apologies for my tardiness. So I'm just in one line or whatever, right? So I'm a sales trainer for financial advisors. I typically help IFAs and financial planners close more deals without pushy nonsense. And in terms of backing things up, if that was the question, as Earth's thickest genius, my lack of knowledge is my speciality subject, so I don't back anything up really, although I did put everything from my laptop onto another laptop the other day, so it's not backed up in the cloud, but it's, unless I get hacked twice, it's sitting on something else.
Okay. And if your house burns down, takes away, sets
and I had to nick. I didn't get the email today, just out of interest. I'm quite sure I'm on the banned or blocked list, and I fully appreciate why. But I tried to text you, David, but you didn't reply. So Steffi very kindly sent me the link.
Yeah, which is why you logged in as Steffi. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
1 minute it's Ian, then it's Steffi, then it's Lily Letdown. It's just the crazy world of Ian Genius. Let me rename myself.
Good, excellent, and and I'm David Harris. Well, when I'm not doing this, I'm probably I'm looking after websites more than I'm actually creating them these days. But sort of making changes. I look after about 70 websites, so there's always somebody who wants something. Good, and then I use. Do you remember that some old program? It was on the telly, but Mr. Trevis, his name was. He wouldn't chuck anything away. His house was full of junk, right? It's piled up everywhere. He hadn't taken the trash out for about 20 years because it was his stuff and he wasn't going to give it away to anybody, no matter. Obviously, he was a bit crazy, and he said that they're not. When they eventually brought a court order and sort of got rid of the rats and the mice and whatever and all his trash, he was there shouting at them. They were stealing all his stuff, and they were taking away his rights and things because that was all his stuff. Well, I'm the electronic equivalent of Mr. Trevis, because I had a computer in the early 90s, an Atari ST, and kept all my documents on a floppy disk. And there was no such thing as a HDD back then. You just booted on the and it just loaded whatever was on the floppy, and then the HDDs were too expensive. I can remember a 10 megabyte hard drive came out, and it costed 300 quid, and I thought that's almost as much as the machine cost. So I thought, I'm not paying that. And then they brought out a 30 megabyte version, and they said no one will ever need to use more than 30 megabytes. So it's so they said that would be enough for anyone for life to store all your documents. So I didn't buy that either in any way. So I've still got these. I still had these floppies, and as I got new computers that did have hard drives, I've loaded them onto it, and every time I've upgraded, which is many times, I've taken all the files with me. So I've still got those. I've got about 500 gigabytes of stuff that I'm not throwing away. So sometimes it's interesting to look back on stuff that you wrote and think, oh, that was shit. So, I mean, that was nonsense. What was I thinking of? Trying to write a novel about dinosaurs. I mean, it's.
Was it called Jurassic Park?
I wish it had. Yeah, that would have been that would have been good. That would have been good. No, it was like a sci-fi thing, and Star Trek did one. Voyager did one after I wrote my synopsis and started my story about dinosaurs that escaped into space and evolved into another. Do you remember the Voyager episode where the hadrosaurs have evolved into sentient beings and into intelligent beings? And I thought that I wrote that down, so someone must have read it.
Sue them for copyright or something.
Yeah, that's right. Like Hitchhiker's Guide, where they send the cornflake packet back 200 years in the past and sue them for infringement of copyright. I've been using OneDrive because you get 2 terabytes of storage. As Mike was saying, it's been good value, but I found it quite slow. When it needs to update stuff, it's wearing away for ages, and it's kind of, if I was moving big stuff, it sort of noticeably slowed down, and sometimes it would take like a couple of hours to sync. So
what I like about Dropbox, because that's all they do.
That's
so
right.
They have to be with it.
Dropbox is definitely one of the top. If I've always had a great experience with Dropbox, so I did seriously consider that, but in the end, because my stuff like Google Gemini and my Gmail space, you get Gemini for free. You get 2 terabytes of storage with Google Drive as well, which I've never used, but then I've loaded it and I found it was surprisingly quick. And it's been and it's great. You can store all your photographs without it coming out your main storage. So all my files ended up on. It's taken me about a week, but I've got everything on Google Drive. And what I didn't realize when I started it was that when you use Gemini, you can query those files. You can give it permission to access your folders and your files on Google Drive, and it will search through them. And I spend, I quite often looking for stuff. I know I've got it, and I just don't know where it is. I've given it a stupid name for the folder or something, or I've made notes and I had trouble finding it. And it's really quick. I tried it this morning. I gave it a folder with 100 documents in it and said, "Can you find this?" And it was pretty instant, So I think that's a kind of a plus for me. So it's that's where my files are staying for now, because I can because it's because I've bought into Gemini as my main AI bot. It's been it's a little bonus, I think. So it's quite handy. Perhaps most people haven't got as many files as I've got, or they don't keep everything forever. So or perhaps someone's had an IT tragedy and lost everything they ever did, and then thought, oh well, I just start again. So
in there.
I think most people are not worried about, they've lost all their accounts or something. They're just worried if they lose their photographs, So they seem to be.
I think people just live in denial most of the time, don't they? They don't think it's going to happen. I remember working for it was a laundry, and it got burnt down. It was obvious it was his competitor that did it, and they lost just about everything. Unfortunately, because we were looking after their IT at the time, we managed to actually. Well, it's a long story, so I won't bore you with it. But yeah, people do live in denial an awful lot, I think, and they just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's like any backup. Try to flog a backup, particularly an expensive one, something like maybe a Barracuda or whatever. it's quite a challenge. But if somebody's actually been through the pain, then they're more receptive to it because they felt, obviously it's impacted on their business and or their personal life, like photographs. So yeah.
Imagine a day when the someone hacks the Apple stuff and just destroys everyone's photos and stuff that they've stored.
Yeah.
And people obviously they don't naturally take backups of them, do they?
No. Well, no, sometimes you've got so much there you can't, can you? Unless you get this massive NAS, as Steffi was saying.
Yeah.
Well, people mistake the cloud drive for backup, and it's not really the same thing because it's just a reflection of your drive right now. If something, if a virus comes in and deletes your stuff off your hard drive, it will say, "Oh, I'm going to sync that with the cloud," and it deletes everything off the cloud as well.
Yeah.
So it's not it's a syncing job. It's not a it's a good practice, obviously, because you can just create a new computer, just switch it on, log into that cloud, and all your files come back, and that's ideal, But it's not strictly speaking a backup
No.
as such. So people need to be aware
because I've got a copy in 3 places. I back up my servers every week religiously on a Friday. So I've got one right at the moment. And they always go, I have a folder on Dropbox called backups, so I do religiously back it up. But I have occasionally, I've got a USB stick and I separately back up to that on occasion as well. But I was thinking I should probably get a NAS box. And it would actually be by my front door because that's the direction I'm going if there was a disaster in the house. So at least I could pick up the NAS box and run with it,
Yeah, because OneDrive does keep your old files for 30 days if you delete them, and Dropbox do as well if you haven't got the free version. If you've got any other version, it will keep your files for 30 days? I think, So I think it's
I think even on Dropbox, once you delete them, it still holds them in some sort of cyberspace.
That's right. If you've got a paid for account, I think.
I haven't got a paid for account, but if I delete it, it still stays in somewhere. It says you can recover things for 30 days, even in the deleted, and I'm not paying a penny for it.
Well, maybe, okay. That's probably almost fairly true. So
and I was lying. I'm apologising for lying. I did actually get an email at 9:49.
Oh right. Oh, that's the one that says,
As you're open.
Join now. Where the doors are open, even when they're not.
So I'm going to get down on my punny red knees and beg forgiveness, David.
Okay, I'll go there. And with Steffi yesterday, Steffi briefly mentioned about the merger between SpaceX and xAI, and I had actually stuff that was in my inbox about it, but I hadn't because I get all these newsletters about AI come down, and then I just get Gemini to put it all together on Friday morning and say, make this interesting, and it's
we're going to get into that bit about it being interesting.
Which is a tough ask. I know it is. We've got because so Elon Musk, as you may have read anyway, has merged SpaceX with xAI to get a business that's worth $1.25 trillion. Some people think that's a lot of money. The world's most vertically integrated innovation engine. So, because I think the plan is to build space-based data centers. So he's talking about launching 1 million satellites to act as solar-powered data centers in orbit. So and he's planning a lunar factory. Not a loony factory, a lunar factory. Actually, he's proposing building a facility on the moon to produce these AI satellites, launching them into deep space using an electronic magnet mass driver rather than traditional fuel. So it's interesting times, if it comes off, it would be.
It'd be quite interesting. He could actually mesh together all the Starlink satellites and use them as data centers. if he put power and storage on them. So he's already launching, thousands of satellites a year. So why not add compute capacity into it?
Yeah.
And before they come down, they just send whatever they were doing to the next satellite that's got capacity. It's possible to do. Everyone's complaining about big data centers, cooling, what happens if something goes wrong, but I don't think he's thinking that way. I think he's thinking about distributing them through the Starlink network.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's going to have, one big cloud in space.
Seems like he's merged them out because he's SpaceX makes huge profits, and XAI has made like $13 billion loss last year, which is like in common with all AI companies. It's and they've so he's moving I guess he's moving them into space because the Earth-based power bill has got too high, so it's or it will get too high.
How you said it's worth like $1 trillion? There's a sketch from Python in about 72 with a tight Scottish poet called McTeagle, and he writes letters that said, "Can you lend me 20 bob till Tuesday?" I wonder if I wrote a little letter to Musk and said, "I know you've got a couple of quid. Have you got a fiver I could borrow?" Surely with $1 trillion he could spare a fiver, couldn't he?
Of course he could. You'd get that letter written in.
Yeah, right.
In other AI newsworthy, did anybody pick up or drill down to the story where a couple of AI engineers have walked out citing concerns about the development of AI? Or is that just, did I dream it?
People do that all the time. They develop stuff, then worry about the ethics and go and write a book.
Yeah, and they usually start off a YouTube channel, get 1 million followers, and make a fortune like that instead. So I mean, it's which is the way of the world. So I mean, with Musk, I mean, which evil genius in any film hasn't got a base on the moon? I mean,
exactly.
Stroking his cat or whatever.
Yeah, a white Persian.
Yeah, or a mini me.
Yeah.
That's.
I think Steffi must be the evil genius because it was only 5 minutes ago she was stroking a cat, going. There we go. You can't see it because of the black background.
Yeah.
He's my little void.
Oh.
And he doesn't have to wear a collar because he just keeps taking them off. So
we're getting a digital nanny apparently in the UK, aren't we? The Online Safety Act, is that I don't know if it's come into force or it's about to come into force. So it's they're going to police social media to protect children, which is my only concern with those things is that it always starts off as something that's doing this to protect kids. It ends up with them using the Prevention of Terrorism Act to prosecute people who are letting their dogs shit in the park, which is what has happened. So there's it's kind of, you get mission creep, don't you, on these things. Protecting kids is obviously, I mean, nobody is not going to want to protect kids, so it's kind of people will agree with it, but it's you might, so if people who run, even if you run your own little community board, one of those little chat board things, you may be expected to have a digital bouncer sort of or a piece of software, AI, to actually police it. So you can't have somebody going on there at the end of the day and moderating it. It has to be done there and then, apparently. So we shall see. Is it an overprotected parent or a
nanny state?
Yeah, I'm not so sure whether you've got to put a huge amount of trust in the protector or the bouncer, haven't you?
Yeah.
I don't know whether I have any trust in it.
They'll get around it, won't they? As well, if
of
want
course.
to get around it, they'll get around it. there'll be something.
You see madness in different directions. I mean, just go stick on the AI stuff. There's a guy I'm following on TikTok at the moment. There's some government site that they've done that teaches people AI courses, etc. And they paid, I think it was one of the big consultancies, about 4 million to do it. And this guy's on TikTok basically proving that it's a pile of rubbish, and it could be, and he's recreating that thing from just a little bit of coding, and he reckons he could do the whole thing for, hardly anything and make it better. And yet they've just been chucking money at the stuff, and it's out of date information. And this is the insanity that goes on, isn't it? With governments in general, not just this government, governments in general, and AI. But I think we just need to feel like you need to lift the lid on this stuff, and just people need to be more accountable, don't they?
Do you think that I can remember when I was at uni, and we one of the things that they really pressured into us was the importance of finding out where the source came from. The authenticating the source always, and if you teach kids to do that always and how to do it, then you've got to be there. They can use their own intelligence, their own discerning skills to work out whether it's true or not. I think
there's a website called Ground News, which actually lists all the sources that a particular article was found on, and gives you the left-right bias as well, which is pretty cool. So,
what's it called?
Ground News.
Ground News.
Ground News. Okay.
Yeah, I've never used it, but I've seen it referenced a load of times.
Right. Okay, excellent. Steph, have you used the because OpenAI have released the O4 images, haven't they, on the API?
Sorry, what's that?
OpenAI have released O4 images on the API.
O4 images.
Yeah, it's the O4 image generation.
In the API we've got GPT image 1.5 now,
right?
But they haven't mini version of it yet. So
maybe it's just in America. Maybe it will come to us provincials eventually.
I'm just going to go and have a look and see what's new.
Yeah.
But GPT 5.2, which we've got 5 mini, 5 nano. What's brand new? Frontier models. So open weighted. It's Sora 2's in the API. Sora 2 Pro's also in the API as well. And we've got GPT image 1.5, state-of-the-art image generation.
Yeah, perhaps that is what they're calling O4. I don't know, but they're calling.
Oh well, there's O4 mini deep research.
Yeah, but this is O4 image generation.
No, it's not in there yet.
Okay. So you can because I guess the idea is small businesses can build tools that generate branded content automatically alongside their words.
Yeah, I use it occasionally. I'll do an image generation through GPT Image 1 of like a laptop, and then I'll say I want the YourBot homepage on the screen. So I actually use ChatGPT to actually put it in there, which is quite useful. But it doesn't like angles, because it really has a problem, and it stretches angles if you have a laptop, to make sure your laptop screen's straight, flush onto the camera, so to speak.
Yeah, because they were saying that they knew their image generator on the API wasn't that great, so that's why they made the O4.
It's pretty good. One version 1 mini, which is what I use, is actually really, really good. And there's a very significant difference between the old style images I was creating, which now seem great at the time, but they now seem really flat and dull. But the new version's very bright. The one thing I've realized is that if you have a desk in the scene, you have to make sure that it's an unpolished desk, because it does something really weird with the lighting in the room if you have a highly polished desk. It's just the lighting's wrong, So when I figured that out, all my images are really good now.
Yeah.
None of my desks are polished. If that's okay.
These little things you find out, though, isn't it, when you sort of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
well, I was creating images and I had a conversation with ChatGPT about it because this image just looked wrong and I couldn't nail down what the problem was. The lighting in the room that I created was just wrong. And I twiddled all sorts of things. And when I actually realized that if you unpolish the desk, if you say there is a matte finish, unpolished oak desk in the room or whatever, or however you say it, the lighting was perfect. And also don't put any dust motes in the light because it tries to highlight them. There's all sorts of little subtle things that you've got to take out of the prompts that it generates.
Yeah. Right, Ian, what's your website called?
You're going to roast it?
Yeah,
Oh,
then
yeah, roasted.
IanGenius.co.uk.
Yeah. Inspired. Yeah. Where shall we go? Right. This is bad. No, I haven't lost my Zoom window at all. That's a lie. There's
Oh, Ian, you need a bot. That's my roast.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Rubbish. There's no bot on it.
It used to be on the back of a meeting we did about a year or so ago, but at the time I probably wasn't getting any traffic and I ended up removing it.
Nice load of Google reviews on there.
Ingenious.co.uk. Let's get it to think about it. We don't want a fast answer, do we? Otherwise, it'll be there.
This will be interesting to see what it comes up with, actually, because I've got one thing straight away in my head.
Yeah.
But I'll say what it is on pricing. Let's see if it comes up with that.
What did you say, Andy?
Pricing.
Pricing.
Yeah.
Where did the designer bit come in, though?
Mm.
In the question, roast this website for a
Grumpy
brilliant
designer. So
I've designed a sum total of nothing. It's about obviously my service is about
it's
clarifying value.
It's from with the eyes of a web designer, you know.
Oh, okay. See what you mean. Let me shift it.
Listen, I've seen something design, but this is a special kind of chaotic.
Is there any way of making it slightly bigger? To see, I can just about make it out, but
yeah. Tell you what, let's. Shall I put it in the chat?
Just zoom in a bit would be.
Just zoom in.
Personally,
I'm not
Control
sure.
plus. Control plus. Should zoom in.
Actually, it's.
Yeah, I can make it out now.
Okay. It's like a 2004 SEO specialist and a LinkedIn thought leader had a baby, and that baby decided to build a website only using mid-range WordPress theme and a dream.
I think it's been really harsh.
Yeah.
Considering
yeah.
And I'm humanizing it as I'm going through it, apart from a couple of things missing there. The SEO desperation bit is only in context if he doesn't get anybody landing on those pages. If those pages are actually succeeding and people are landing on them, then it doesn't matter what it thinks.
That's right.
If you put sales training for financial advisors in at the moment, this is only up in the last 10 days, but I'm typically ranked about number one or within the first 2 or 3 in Google.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's going to search for Ian Genius, but they might search for sales training for IFAs or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's not overcrowded. Some might say the print is small, but yeah. You can always criticise a website, can't you?
Of course, yeah. I mean, they're never finished, are they?
There's always something that you can that you can criticise, and it's not. Sometimes it's like just overcrowded, you know. So I mean, it's but that's not particularly.
Yeah, the only really obvious thing.
Beware of when you're searching your website is that if you're sitting in your living room and you say sales training for financial advisors and it comes up with you, then that's because you're really local.
Oh no, it's not that. You try it out. Put sales training for financial advisors in then.
I've just done it, and if you get rid of the sponsored results, you're the first
Okay.
after the AI overview.
And I'm in the AI normally as well.
I'm not reading the AI, so oh yeah, no, you are. You're a link in there. Brutal mistakes in sales training for IFA to avoid, and sales training at IFOs. Yeah, that's
Everyone
good.
gets different positions, though, don't they? I'm seeing it third organically.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, all right.
Depends on each person and stuff. It's,
I guess it does. Yeah, it's not a search I've ever done before.
No, it wouldn't be relevant, obviously. But and again, if ever anyone was to do it with a particular town or city, I'm probably in about 25 of the major towns and cities in the UK specifically as well.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. No,
But this is recent. This is only in the last sort of 10 days. I've transitioned
yeah.
into
it's a different story altogether.
financial
Yeah.
financial advisors.
You have to have an operation for that. There's a it's not shown on mine, but then like say different.
Just go up a bit. I'm sure it was right at the top, wasn't it?
I've got sponsored results here, and there's
There, you can see it's the brain. One down.
oh yeah. Sorry. So yeah, there you are. You're second. Yeah. No, that's really good. That's really good.
Do you know what you get from that, Ian, in terms of looking at the Google Search Console and stuff?
I've only moderately recently started trying to work out Search Console, but it seemed to be spiking in the last 7 or 8 days, but it's still not doing a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it's getting the keywords right.
There's probably a low competition for sales training for financial advisors.
There will be low competition, yeah, but that's where you start, isn't it, with SEO, and then you build it out into the more generic things like leads for financial advisors that people will actually be searching for. But you have to start with your core thing.
Yeah. So that's
It's like IFA sales training will be another phrase that you'll probably use, but that might have high competition.
I think if you search for sales training for IFAs or some variant, I still think I'll pop up. It doesn't have to just be financial advisors. I think if you swapped it for IFAs, planners, I think I'll still be there.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, no, I think that's pretty good actually. I mean, does it get if it gets you? Are people searching that term? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the one thing I
think what's good is that the niche. It's a niche within one sector, and that's going to make it really easy to be listed for the target market.
Yeah.
And they're typically not short of a couple of quid.
No.
I wonder why. So did you do this, compile the site yourself, Ian?
I've been, it was my mate that produced the site, but I've been putting on very SEO rich blogs over the last couple of months on the subject of financial advice. I use Rank Math to make sure. So they're ranking typically between 88 and 94 out of 100 on every single blog. So I've everything, meta descriptions, alt text, pictures, internal links, every single box ticking exercise I've done. Typically they're about 91 on MathRank, the blogs. And then what with even on the individual pages, every single photograph is named, all the alt texts are exactly with the keywords. It's meticulous. I think on Search Console, for SEO it gets 100%. The speed on laptops is about 95. The speed on mobiles is about 50. The performance one is about 54. That's the main thing that's hurting me at the moment. The speed on mobiles is bloody awful.
It is for everybody. Is it a WordPress site or is it
WordPress? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always difficult to get.
We've done everything. We've cut out animation. We've cut out WooCommerce. We've cut out everything, and it still just goes 54 on laptops. It's went from about 54 to about 89
Yeah, it's a lot easier on
Because
desktop
you,
on desktops.
it's because you're using Elementor that's doing, I think it's doing post-load rendering, which is probably hindering Google a little
It's
bit.
whatever it calls it. One of the numbers that's horrific is LCP.
Right.
Largest content paint.
Yeah, and it's suddenly like 16.2 or something. It's absolutely horrendous. And even when I've cut all the animation out, it or whatever it is, it just no better.
You have to if you used, the native WordPress, the sort of Gutenberg, the native WordPress page builder, you get much better results. But Elementor is much more easier to use, and you've got more tools, and there's all sorts of things. So it's a difficult one, really. And you are in competition with other people on speed, aren't you? Andy would know more than me, but there's you're sort of competing against other people. You're not right. They're not knocking you out into the backwaters because you've got 54%. They just, if you've got 54% and somebody else has got 48%, you get, could get a slight edge, but it might be so slight that, I think they were saying that content.
I mean, for years, I've never ranked for anything. And suddenly with this focus, it's a very tight market, but I'm ranking for something. So I'm a big fish in a small pond, and I was a non-existent fish in a big pond.
Yeah. And it's account. Yeah. But if you're a financial advisor, I suppose it's for all of us, isn't it? It's getting business, isn't it? I mean, it's all about sales.
The other thing as well, I'm hoping, again, this is hope more than anything else, because you can see a lot of these pages that claim to be a thing, sales training for financial advisors, but when you click on them, they become just the generic sales training. Whereas mine, once you land on it, there's no ambiguity. It's literally in your face. Sales training for finance. You don't go on thinking, have I clicked on the right page? It's a tight market, but there's no ambiguity about it.
Yeah,
They do that with location too, don't they? Like plumbing in Margate, and you click on it, and it's like, I don't know, Scotland or something.
Just a tip for you. Can I share? Is it okay if I share my screen for a second, guys?
yeah. Hold on a sec.
As long as the tip isn't that classic joke tip of don't eat yellow snow.
No, it's not. It's a
sick of
fine
hearing
one.
that gag.
It's a fine one. And this is AI related as well. Oh, I think I have to send a request.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just
got it.
That they've changed the menu at the bottom.
Can you see your site there now?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Okay, just a quick thing. Obviously, I've just gone into the standard Lighthouse tools, which says exactly what you said about the speed stuff. One of the things you can do where you can use AI cleverly, whether it's ChatGPT or whatever it is, you look at this thing where it says this is your biggest issue, all this stuff blocking. Now, if you don't know what that means, all you're going to do is literally take a snipping tool, take that, stick it into ChatGPT or whatever, and just ask it to help you work through that a bit at a time. And then it will go to the next thing, and you just keep taking screenshots as you go through each thing, and it will help you. It will help you understand it.
I must spend 5 hours chucking it into ChatGPT, and by the end of it, I was literally using the mic function on ChatGPT, going, "For the love of Christ, will you tell me what to do, you little..."
Oh, so it wasn't actually helping. Okay, fair enough.
Well, I didn't break it down into maybe the subsections. You know, when you start running with ChatGPT, it goes and once it starts choosing a direction, it goes there. So maybe if I broke it down,
it's constant screenshots, pasting it
one thing at a time. But honestly, 5 hours pulling my hair out.
Is there a particular AI that you would use, Andy, to do that kind of task?
I think any of them do the same thing.
Any of them? Okay.
They all work it slightly differently, don't they?
Yeah. The cookie, that cookie plugin that you're using, it goes back to its wherever cookie law is in the Philippines or something or whatever, and it always refers back to their website. So you can put your own cookie pages in.
There's two ways to look at it. You can look at the speed and what it says and about things, but I've seen sites that don't look that great on it, but they're still getting traffic. And what they should really be focusing on is how do they convert that traffic into inquiries? That's the stuff they are getting. That's where they should be thinking first of all, and then worry so much about the speed and stuff. That's why I mentioned prices. If you stuck a prices thing in your top navigation bar, even though you might not give people your pricing, you can track which people go to that page. If they go to that page, it tells you that that matters to them, and therefore that's one of the reasons why they're not making contact in the first place, because they haven't got a bloody clue how much it costs. That's why you stick it in the navigation.
I'm happy to take any advice. So at the top of mine, I mean, the landing page was a landing, and then it's got individual, group, and in person. At the top of that, there's a pricing matrix that before they have to scroll, they can see all the prices straight at the top, and then depending on which one they pick, it would take them to the relevant chunk. But it's not on the home page.
Oh, I see. It's when they go into the thing. Okay.
The home page is the home page, and then the pricing's on one of three.
Oh, fair enough. That's all right then. That's okay. Yeah, just seeing it. Yeah.
I mean, you don't. Yes, I mean, sort of focusing on too much on the speed when you're getting a good ranking anyway for your target keywords.
Yeah. I mean, I've asked whenever I get a chance, because I want to know, because you can't, like, say, one, you have to go to incognito, otherwise you always get told what you think you should like to see by finding yourself. But no matter where I've picked someone, whether it's Hull, London, Wales, as soon as they put in sales training, and again, I'm coming up somewhere there or thereabouts, so the speed's not causing me a huge headache. Just no bastard searching for sales training for financial advisors is the problem.
Well, I have to say, and I get loads of people chasing me, trying to sell me sales training. So you know, there are lots of people out there looking to find the business. That's for sure. So I get lots of it.
Yeah, I think if you could find a cast iron guarantee that would work in your favour alongside the pricing. Obviously, it's a bit difficult. You can't really say no, fuck which don't apply. But there are things you can do if when you're that confident in what you do and you offer some sort of guarantee. That's what generally gets the conversation going.
Yeah, yeah, because it's building the confidence in the potential client. So they think I've got nothing to lose by calling this guy out.
Yeah.
It's more likely there. But,
another way of looking at it is to have group sessions, Ian, because you offer group sessions, charge 60 quid a head. 5 people attend that group session from different parts of the country on a 1 hour Zoom call. Jane knows about these because you've been on some of mine, haven't you? And you made 300 quid for the hour talking to lots of people at the same time.
I think Ian did those, isn't he?
Yeah, so the group session in this is more like a business has 5 of its own members opposed to 5 people in random companies. And I've done events like that where I've had, everyone can spend an amount of money to turn up for an event, but then again, it's like, how do you promote that? And I've used LinkedIn with its 1,000 invites per week and stuff. Nothing's been particularly successful in that.
Yeah, it's getting them in the funnel in the first place. It's the hard bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the people that do respond positively, you then got to keep messaging them, don't you?
I mean, the other day I did a free event, and I'd made sure it was about a month into advance. I used LinkedIn, and I used the maximum of 1,000 invites a week. So I'd got 200 people in it, and every single person got a bespoke message in LinkedIn and an email with even with the ICS file, so they could populate their diary. And of 200 people, I think in reality maybe 20 people turned up. So 180 people that had pressed the button, who'd had a voice message on LinkedIn bespoke to them, and an email with all the links and things that would populate their diary. 180 people didn't turn up. So it's just like, you can lead a horse to water, but I'm 6 foot tall, 18 stone, but I haven't got the time to literally put them in a headlock and get them to attend the event and some of these people click it. Month after month, you can see 6 times in a row they've said they're turning up, and
it was free. Yeah,
this was free, but I've done the other versions. I've done the one where you do it through your company account, where they have to fill in some details, and I've done it where they've, I haven't found the winning source for that.
Charge them 10 quid whether or not they turn up, and they can look at the thing afterwards if they want to.
Yeah, people sometimes don't like free, or they don't trust it, or they don't value it. Well,
that's the killer.
They don't turn up because it's free.
There's the killer. And I do a lot of this myself and have the same problem. And I'm moving away from it bit by bit. Although I do give free advice, people only take notice when they've had to pay a little something for something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even a fiver.
I found that as well with free stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, it is a psychology of, does it have any value if it's free and everything? Maybe I'll just do another huge event and literally put it down as token £4.99 just to get them out of that mindset of it has a value or something.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you can do that on Eventbrite. You can integrate it with Stripe, I think, and charge them a booking fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Brilliant. And
Tricky, isn't it?
Well, I've got a key meeting, and I know no one's going to start weeping or anything. I'm well aware. You're not going, oh God, but I've got to vanish into the ether. But at least I didn't let you down, David. Lovely to see you all again. I'm sure I'll see you all at Peppercorn on Thursday, anywho. So
all
Cheers,
right.
Lily.
have a
Take care,
fantastic weekend.
See you. Cheers.
Cheers, then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And I was looking at Pi. I was looking through various different agents, and we'll do it next week. But I was looking at Pi .ai as well. I don't know Jane cry because she wasn't enough with it until they banned her.
Oh, yes.
But,
Well, actually,
is that-
Microsoft's got it now anyway. So I
Yeah.
don't care about Pi.
Well, they got personal intelligence. They're still going apparently, and they're still developing. They're still developing it, even though their best people went away to Microsoft and left them nothing but $600 million as compensation. So they kept the company. They said, "Well, this 600 million is well handy. Might as well keep it going for a little while." So they've been keeping it going. I don't know how it pays. There's no pay level. You just use it, but it's not. It can't do pictures. It doesn't do maths. But it's just a mate.
Yeah.
Someone you can chat to on.
Dave, have you looked at this OpenClaw yet at all?
Yes. It's that's the one that breaks in and takes all your files from your computer, isn't it? And then steals.
Yes, basically you put it on your own computer or another computer, and then it acts as your assistant.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about it, to be honest.
They've got some huge safety concerns with it, I think.
Okay.
There's some huge security. I mean, I wouldn't use it at the moment. You got to give it root access to your computer, and then it goes in and does all these tasks that you ask it to. But it's
starts hallucinating.
Yeah, well, no, not hallucinating. It's you've got to try and ring fence it in some way, but it's very difficult. So I haven't really followed up with it.
Okay.
Never give anything root
That's
access.
my answer as well. Not do anything for now.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would wait for something better to come along. I mean, Claude has got some sort of. They had to. Wasn't it called Claude? And then they had to change the name, or Claude.
Yeah, I think that was right. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to change the name to something else. And I've forgotten but we did mention it.
That's OpenClaw.
Yeah.
It used to be Claude,
Oh right. Okay.
and now it's OpenClaw.
Okay. It was Claude, and now it's OpenClaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But I mean, I'm not going to use it. But I mean, it's things might change. You never know.
Yeah.
But Pi is just it's just a well, it's just there for emotional support, voice support, and
Yeah.
it's not much good anything else. And it can remember your life. So so while you're pouring your heart out to it, it can remember it next time you come, and it'll pick up on that. It'll continue with that thing.
Does anybody following that? I can't remember what the program's called. It's on Radio 4, and it's about the hacker that got all these psychiatrist bits. It was in Finland, and they just published them all, like really deep, conversations, and how you'd share with your a psychologist or whatever. It's really fascinating. I can't remember the name of the bloody thing. Ransom Man, I think it is. It's really worth a listen. How they caught him, what he published, and the arrogance. It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
So careful who you share things with online. It's one of these online psychology things. There's like
Oh yeah.
Because they updated Pi in January 2026, so it's still getting updates. So it's not. It's not dead. It might remain as a free or cheap app for people who want an AI to talk to, or it may become a zombie product eventually. Who knows? But
I quite liked Pi.
Yeah.
Until it rejected me.
Yeah, I was using it quite a lot actually, but it's good for discussing situations, and things and the personal situations. I wouldn't use it for what, well, you can't use it for coding. It doesn't understand code. So, but anyway, time's up. Thanks for coming along today. We'll be here again next week. And
thank you.
And
Thank you, David.
See you then.
Cheers. Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Goodbye, all.
Going through the pain again.